TVS's first ADV motorcycle has been in the making for quite some time. And let's get one thing straight. The Apache RTX 300 is not a restyled BMW G310 GS. In fact, this is a ground-up, brand new motorcycle. So that begs the question, is TVS a little too late to the party? Or is this bike finally worth it? Now let's just start with the way the Apache RTX 300 looks, and you can see that this is a bold and handsome looking motorcycle. Kind of reminds you of a few ADVs, big ADVs like say the Triumph Tiger Sport or in fact even the Aprilia 2RX series. But TVS has sort of added its own flavor to it and it looks certainly substantial, especially when you're sitting on the saddle. Now one of the most beautiful aspects of the RTX 300 is the rider triangle, because even though the seat height is say 835 mm, it's not too tall for somebody who is 5 feet 10 inches tall. And even shorter riders won't have too much of a problem because the seat section itself is pretty narrow. Furthermore, there is a lot of space, so for healthy riders, there won't be any say crampedness or constriction feeling over here. The bars are nice, wide, and it gives you a very nice commanding touring stance. And even when you want to say stand up, you can lock in your knees very well, giving you a good attacking posture for off-road riding. Calm, chilled, relaxed, tractable. These words can describe the new RTX D4 engine perfectly, because this motor can chug along from speeds as low as 35-40 kmph in fourth gear very easily, and even on steep inclines you can keep it in second or even in third for certain cases and it will pull along. But do not mistake it for exciting, engaging or thrilling, because to get to the actual say performance zone you will have to rev up to say 5000 rpm, and that takes a little bit of time. So below 5000 rpm there is enough say torque available, but after 5000 is when it starts to come alive, and it's only after 7 when it actually starts shooting away. So between 5 and 7 it feels very calm, it feels very say serene. But having said that, at 6000 rpm onwards you'll feel a slight tingle at the foot pegs and even slightly at the tank. It's not harsh by any means like the RTR 310 or the GS 310, but TVS has not made it quite so refined. It is say present, it is noticeable, but it's not jarring. So if you want say a relaxed motor, then this will serve you very well. But in case if you are looking for excitement and looking for say a little bit raw mental performance, that is not what you'll get it over here. It's fairly conservative. The gearbox is very slick, and TVS has provided a brand new quick shifter over here. It is similar to what you find on the KTM. So it doesn't use a pressure switch, it rather uses a rotational sensor inside the gearbox to calibrate when you want that precise upshift or downshift. So overall, the motor is very chill, very calm. One thing that we couldn't test it out here is the highway performance, because on our short ride here we didn't have wide open highway stretches, so we'll reserve that for the road test. Another beautiful thing about the RTX is the suspension setup. It's plush, it's fairly pliant, and it takes in potholes rather well. It's not a long motorcycle also, so over the rocky, hilly terrain, it felt very calm, composed. But the tires, when we started riding it, they were set at really high pressure, so I had to drop them, and after that it felt very settled. It feels very balanced. The ride quality is great. Handling, we haven't tested out as much over here because the most speed that we could carry in bends were say 45-50 kmph, and that's not really a sign to test out the handling potential, but it feels very sorted, it feels very stable. Braking performance is great, and in rally mode you can switch off traction control, you can switch off the rear ABS, and you can stamp on the rear brake and just let it slide. So overall, the riding dynamics of this are very promising, and the ride quality is fairly well, especially considering that this is the BTO version which has the adjustable suspension and it's set up rather perfectly. This isn't quite the feature-loaded bike that TVS has known to produce as of late, but that's a good thing. TFT screen, connectivity module, riding modes, and switchable traction control and ABS are bits that are enough to have. The BTO version adds adjustable suspension to the mix. Just wish that the beak on a test bike should have been standard and not accessory. But good stuff, TVS. Little late to the party or worth the wait? A bit of both actually, because if anyone who's looking for their first ADV motorcycle and they want to keep it for a really long time and they are not looking at some serious hardcore off-roading, then this serves as a rather good motorcycle because it'll help you get the basics right, and it's a very capable motorcycle in the city and can be also a great tourer. It has the capabilities for it. What it isn't is a very involving, engaging and exciting motorcycle. So you have to keep your expectations in check in case if you are seeking something like that. What I must commend TVS is that they've nailed the pricing of this bike. Like even the BTO version that we are riding here, that is undercutting the KTM 250 Adventure by a good 10,000 rupees. Agreed, it's introductory prices, but still you're getting a lot of kit for that price. So that is our take on the TVS Apache RTX 300. What's yours? Do let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell notification icon, and we shall see you soon.